right, guys, how's it going? So 2 things before we get into this video. 1, I'll be live on here today at 1 o'clock UK time. And 2, the morning briefings are now on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. Today's is an hour long, but we're talking about things to do with this channel, you know, Liverpool and other shite as well, all right, as you know. I know some of you are not interested in those videos and certainly haven't got that time. That's why I'm putting them on the other channel, all right? So it's over there if you want to go and watch it. Now, I have been to the cafe and I have reviewed today's Spanish football dailies for you. We've got a few things that we're going to talk about. I had a couple of people moaning yesterday. I ain't got time for them. They're always newcomers to the channel. Sick of hearing about Martin Zubimendi. Well, here's a fucking really good idea. Don't watch a video that's got Martin Zubimendi in the title of the video, right? And, you know, don't want to hear about him anymore. I'm sick of hearing about him. Well, that's fine. Avoid those things. I get that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally, right, I'm interested into what happens with Martin Zubimendi's career, right, after all what happened, or that didn't happen, should I say, or, you know, all the carry on last summer. I want to know what happens with this lad next, okay? If he secures a move somewhere in the summer, won't be talking about him anymore. It's that simple, you know. But there's a lot of people like me that are interested. So you can't come on here and tell us what we can and can't fucking talk about, right? That's number one. The second thing, people, you know, bitching and moaning, not my regulars, certainly, because they get it and they're intelligent, about some of the, you know, the titles. When I use apostrophes in a title, that's to show you that I'm quoting a headline from somewhere. If there's 2, usually that means something that someone said. If it's 1, it's usually a headline. And yesterday, you know, Martin Zubimendi, new signing, was one of the articles yesterday in my Spanish paper reviews. There was other titles alongside it. I'm only given 100 characters in the title of a video, and you think, you know, 2 short planks if you don't understand what these things mean and what they emphasize, right? So if you're new to my channel, right, fucking get with it. You know what I'm saying? But these videos are made for people that I consider my friends, right? So we're not here to appease you or grow a YouTube channel or anything. So I just had to get that off my chest. Right, let's crack on. So today we're going to be talking about this article here that says there will be an exodus at Liverpool. This is about Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah. We're going to touch on Martin Zubimendi. He played for Real Sociedad last night. They suffered a heavy defeat at the Manx, of course. We're going to be talking about Las Palmas because Bajčetić is on loan there. There's something about him. Dean Huijsen, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's going to get a mention today. In fact, I think I'm going to record a separate video about him. He's done an interview with Marca, and there's things in there that might interest you because this is obviously a player that is on Liverpool's radar. I know you don't like that word, but we use that word sensibly around here. You know, it's not, you know, if you pay attention to X and social media and the Twitter twats, I understand why you think it's monitoring FC, on the radar, you know, considering a move, but that's because you're subjecting yourself to that stuff all the time. On this channel, we don't use words like on the radar or monitoring very often, okay? But there is a good interview, and this is a player that we're interested in. And I think there'll be a few parts, a few comments in that will interest you. But I'm not going to do that in this video because it'll take up too long. But I'm going to touch on him briefly in this. And then Arthur Melo gets a mention again. We've heard from him a few times. He made a move, didn't he, at the last winter window. There's a big write-up about him. That'll be right at the end of the video. So when we get to the end of the video and I start talking about Arthur Melo, you know you can log off at that point because I'm sure you're really not interested. But some of us are, all right? So leave us to it. Right, okay, so let's start with this. Now, before we get into it, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid, no mention of him today or anything along those lines. Nothing to do with Luis Diaz and Barcelona. Mamadashvili, no mention of him because obviously Valencia haven't played, so he can't make any more howlers at the moment. And who's the other one? Oh, my boy, Iago Aspas. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on him as well, all right? But there's nothing for you to do with Aspas at the moment. Okay, so during this video, you're going to notice that the video is spliced, you know, like put together, transitioning. That's because I've got a terrible cough at the moment. And to save you having to endure that, I will, you know, cut the video and sort it out because I'm kind like that. So this article in Sport, there will be an exodus at Liverpool. The exit of the top continental competition could be accompanied by 2 major departures at the end of the season. The defeat in the Champions League still weighs heavily on Liverpool. The Reds team has not gotten over the blow of being eliminated after dominating the group stage. I've got over it. Couldn't care less now. They were the favourites to lift the Champions League trophy, but they didn't make it past the round of 16. The exit under Slot's guidance highlights that the new format of the Champions League doesn't always seem fair, although it's clear that the emotion of the competition remains at the forefront. After finishing top of the group, Liverpool were eliminated early by PSG. Beyond the elimination, the Reds fans witnessed two painful scenes. First, Mo Salah was seen crying on the pitch after losing in the penalty shootout, and later Virgil van Dijk was spotted talking to PSG president Nasser Khelaifi. Khelaifi? Is that how he pronounced his name? Khelaifi, I think. And sporting director Luis Campos in the Anfield Tunnel. Different ways of saying goodbye? Salah's case seems the clearest. His contract expires at the end of the season, and he has hinted several times that the club is not doing enough to renew his contract. Liverpool has doubts because of his age, but his current season shows he still has plenty to offer. Then there's like a little headline, like sub-headline saying big numbers. Salah's numbers are absolutely spectacular. So far, the Egyptian has scored 32 goals and provided 22 assists. He's fast, clinical in front of goal, and his age doesn't seem to be a burden. He's the offensive leader of Liverpool this season, although he wasn't able to show his best form against PSG. Liverpool's entire attack was nullified in the first leg, and the second leg against PSG was marked by poor finishing. In that regard, Salah was quite unfortunate in front of goal and was one of the reasons Liverpool was eliminated from the Champions League. Salah has no shortage of offers. His agents have reportedly offered him to FC Barcelona, and Saudi Arabia is pushing hard to sign him. Specifically, Al Hilal has presented a lucrative offer of $50 million per season to make him a true king. On the other hand, Van Dijk also seems to have his days numbered. The Dutchman's contract expires in June and his future appears to be far from Anfield. The image of him talking with the president and sporting director of PSG sparked numerous rumours about a potential move to the Parisian club. But his career could continue alongside Salah. According to L'Equipe, and we touched on this yesterday, there's a video on here yesterday about this, Al Hilal has made an initial offer of €20 million per season to the centre-back. This is the first proposal, and the deal is still far from being finalised. For now, both Salah and Van Dijk are focusing on finishing the season in the best possible way. Already eliminated from the Champions League, Liverpool is concentrating on securing the Premier League title, where they lead the standings. Furthermore, on Sunday they will compete for another trophy, the EFL Cup final against Newcastle. Salah and Van Dijk, whose contracts expire next June, have been tempted by Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia. The Premier League, which the Reds are close to winning, and the EFL Cup, where they are already in the final, are the two titles they can still claim this season. Now, the thing in this article where it says Salah has no shortage of offers, I think that will be true, and I think Virgil van Dijk will have no shortage of offers. But I'm not sure that these offers, with the exception of the Saudis, are going to be as big as offers as what Liverpool will be offering them. Seriously, guys. We're not seeing, European clubs, top European clubs linked with them, are we? So if they were to leave Liverpool and they don't want to go to Saudi yet, they would have to lower their demands considerably, I think, to secure a move to another top European side. And that's why I think Liverpool are just sitting tight and all right then. Yeah, but we've been offered this, from Saudi. If you want that in Saudi, go and take it. We're not going to compete with that. And I don't think they want to go to Saudi. We have touched on this multiple times, the Saudi thing. I think both players want to stay in Europe, and both players obviously want to stay at Liverpool as well. So I still see them staying with us, despite what the media are claiming over here in Spain. No different to what's being claimed in the UK, really. But I think they'll stay. I think they'll stay at Liverpool, and Trent will go to Real Madrid. Now, football's got a funny habit of completely doing the opposite of what you think. So watch Trent U-turn and stay at Liverpool. And these two leave. That's probably sod's law, right? I'm having a nightmare trying to record this video, guys. Coughing away in the background here. Okay, Real Sociedad suffer a heavy defeat. Now, if you don't want to know about Martin Zubimendi, don't be fucking telling me in the comments. His name's in the title of the fucking video, all right? Martin Zubimendi's Real Sociedad were beaten 4-1 at Old Trafford last night. Marca gave the Spain international a 2-star rating out of 3 by Marca, while his teammate Kubo, who was also looked at by Liverpool last summer, was given a 1 by Marca out of 3. AS gave them both 1-star ratings. Did you watch the match? What did you think of the performances, if so? Both were not 100% fit, as I stressed yesterday. you know, the Manx were too strong on the night, you know, simple as that. And they didn't really get any luck either, did they? The referee was terrible. And the newspapers here today, the football dailies, made a big deal out of that, you know, saying, what did they say? You know, just critical of the referee's performance, never mind the performances of Zubimendi and Kubo. But yeah, the referee's performance certainly came under heavy criticism today, as you'd expect. So Las Palmas, they host Alaves in a crucial relegation battle this evening. We're touching on this because Stefan Bajčetić is at Las Palmas on loan. They host Alaves, the team that Liverpool beat in the 2001 Europa Cup final, UEFA Cup final. I think it was the UEFA Cup then, wasn't it? Can't remember. Anyway, it was a game I have many memories of in terms of attending the game. I went with my mum, actually. God bless her. I miss you, mum. And yeah, it was a great time, great game, and a great time to be a Liverpool fan, because Gerard Houllier reminded us what it was like to win silverware again that year, didn't he? Both teams are currently in the relegation zone and go into the match knowing that their chances of getting out of there depend on a win tonight. Marca described the fixture as much more than a game. Dean Huijsen, Ice Spain senior call-up. This is the Bournemouth centre-back that Liverpool are interested in. He's a Spain under-21 international. I discussed him in a video on here yesterday. He's hoping to be a new addition in the Spain senior squad today when it is announced. He's very highly rated here, and Marca have an exclusive interview with him today, a sign that they think he's going to be a player of interest in the future. I found it quite interesting, so I will record a separate video about that, otherwise this one's going to be very long, because he is a player of interest to Liverpool, and I think there's some questions and answers in that particular interview that you will find of interest. You know, and by recording a new video, I don't have to be conscious about the length of, you know, time of this video, and I don't need to rush it. So yeah, take a look at that one when I record it. It'll be after my live stream today, because, you know, you'll learn a little bit about him and his thoughts and his future plans. So at this point, you can switch off if you haven't already. Arthur Melo, the lifeline for Michel. This was in Mundo Deportivo. He made his first start in the derby and proved to be the piece Girona needed in midfield. Arthur Melo has become the lifeline that Girona desperately needed in the centre of the pitch. In his first start, the derby against Espanyol, the Brazilian made it clear that his arrival could mark a turning point for the team. His performance was notable while his energy lasted, showing that despite months without consistent play, his talent is still there and his impact on the game could be crucial for Michel's tactics. From the moment he stepped onto the pitch, Arthur took control of the midfield and provided the balance the team had been lacking. Not only did he distribute the ball with precision, but he also expanded the range of contributions seen in his earlier appearances from the bench. Every time he received the ball, he looked forward with the intention of building play and providing a clean outlook for the team's game, something that had been missing in recent matches. His presence translated into better organisation, greater fluidity, and a sense of control that had been difficult to find until now. Michel had already pointed out before the match that Arthur was ready to start, and he was proven right. During the hour he spent on the pitch, the Brazilian became the reference point for the team in the midfield. He organised, distributed, and most importantly provided calm during the moments of great tension. However, with 20 minutes remaining, he had to be substituted. He still needs to regain more physical condition to last the full 90 minutes with the same intensity, which is understandable given the months of inactivity. His signing had raised doubts due to his lack of recent continuity, but Arthur has begun to dispel those with convincing performances. If he maintains this level and reaches optimal physical form, there's no doubt he will continue as a regular starter. In such a delicate moment for the team with a complicated run of results, having a player like Arthur can make all the differences in the fight for the season's objectives. His debut as a starter was a statement of intent. He's here to stay. If he continues like this, he will be a fundamental pillar in the final stretch of the season. And that, my friends, is all I have for you today. All right, so that was a very difficult video for me to record. You have no idea how many times I stopped. I've got a bit of a bad throat, bad chest thing, and I keep losing my voice as I'm talking, which needs clearing. So, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit, all right? Anyway, if you appreciate this video, please thumbs up the video. If you've got anything nice to say, please join in the conversation and leave me a comment. And if you want to buy me a coffee, for reviewing tomorrow's newspapers, if you like, tomorrow's football dailies, there's a little heart under the video. It's called a super thanks. You can click that. And if you do, I will give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing and tell everybody how amazing you are. All right, guys, take it easy. I need to go and again. All right, cheers.